Tatler ran a story claiming that Kate Middleton feels exhausted and trapped by her post-Megxit workload. This is because of Harry and Meghan leaving. So she and William have had to pick up the slack. Never explain, never complain. That's the mantra of the palace. The palace denied it. Kensington Palace, in a very rare move late last night, issued a statement in response to Tatler's big cover story on Kate Middleton, Catherine the Great. A spokesperson said, quote, "This story contains a swathe of inaccuracies and false misrepresentations which were not put to Kensington Palace prior to publication. It didn't specify which inaccuracies and false misrepresentations. Multiple royal sources did tell the Daily Mail that Tatler's claim that the Duchess of Cambridge is furious about her increased workload following Meghan and Harry's decision to step back." Part 3, Tatler hits back. Tatler's spokesperson told Entertainment Tonight that the palace did know about the story. Quote, "Tatler's editor-in-chief, Richard Dennin, stands behind the reporting of Anna Pasternak and her sources." He went on to say, "Kensington Palace knew we were running the Catherine the Great cover months ago, and we asked them to work together on it. The fact that they are denying they ever knew is categorically false." Did they know? Let's look at this. Is Kate feeling exhausted and trapped? Are the Cambridge children being deprived of Kate and William's attention? Specifically, they would drive the kids, they would take turns, Kate and William would take turns driving the children to school in the morning. Is this now being sacrificed? The other thing is that May 29th was the date. Yeah, May 29th, that's a Friday. I would think they would do that on a Saturday. But that was the scheduled date for Beatrice and Edo Mosey-Mapelli's wedding. And that was canceled because of the lockdown. Sarah Ferguson put out a statement. "I am so excited to celebrate yours and Edo's love when we are all out of lockdown." I'd like to take the temperature on Beatrice and Edo's relationship at this point, because getting married is very stressful. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Okay, so the palace is denying that Kate is feeling exhausted and trapped. And this guy, Richard Dennin, apparently he and Kate Middleton went to school together. They know each other. They're high-level people. They even went on vacation one time, probably like a group vacation. You know, a couple of guys, couple of girls running out to the beach. I used to do that kind of thing. But it's kind of, you know, Dennin, the Tatler guy, is acting like everything is great and he's being really nice to Kate. And this is a very nice cover, Catherine the Great. And so they're saying that, you know, Tatler spoke to the palace and they vetted all of it and he's her good friend. But it's kind of like a backhanded compliment. On the one hand, he's complimenting her. On the other hand, he's saying she's feeling exhausted and trapped. So let's take a look. Is Kate feeling exhausted and trapped by her increased workload over Meghan and Harry's departure? Because they honestly, certainly Meghan didn't do much work, and Harry did quite a bit more work. He was in the palace for a lot longer. But, you know, there's others who are picking up the slack. But yeah, her workload would have increased. Let's see how she's feeling. Is she feeling exhausted and trapped from the increased workload? Strength. Handcuffs. All right. Is Kate feeling exhausted and trapped? Just, you know, worn to a frazzle. Strength, very strong, rooting, committed to this work and this direction. She's very solidly committed. She's the future queen or queen consort. She's very committed. 9 and 11, 12, 5 spades. It is a problem. Okay, there is a bit too much work here, and it is a problem, but she couldn't be more solid. very solidly committed to what she does. And I'm not seeing, except for the five spades, it's a little bit stressful right now, but otherwise, it's very solid. Feeling very emotional about it. The work, high level work, doing what they do. What's over here in the outcome? Crossroads, broken chalice, Mother Earth. Because of all of the work, the family is suffering a little bit. Scourge, coffin, and no. Yeah. So over here, these last three, the family is getting neglected a little bit. So we're going to look at that a little more closely. Right now it is a bit busy. She probably did say that. She probably didn't want it to come out. Her family is suffering a little bit. And what we love about Kate and William most, what I love most, is how well adjusted her kids are and how good the body language is between her and William and the kids. That's a healthy family. And I think the problem that people really have with Meghan is the body language between herself and Harry. They don't like her always grabbing on him. He's always looking terribly unhappy and stressed out. And she's always hanging on him. You know, she's the closest person, and he didn't look like that before her. You know, and then the body language of Meghan and Harry with the other royals, William and Kate, and I think unconsciously that's what people really are reacting to more than anything else. So Tatler says, you know, hey, we worked directly with the palace. They knew all about this. Now they could have said, you know, oh, we're going to do this Catherine the Great cover. You're going to love it. Oh, you're so beautiful. Let's do lunch on Tuesday. You know, all that stuff, but not really telling what the article was going to be. And I suspect that that's what they did. You know, Richard Dennin seems like a little bit shady there because he's a journalist and he's got to get the journalism stuff out. He didn't know they would kick back on him. So how closely did, let's put Kate here, Kate and Tatler and Dennin, how closely did they know? Did the palace know? Did they work together? Kate. That's interesting. Tatler. Did Kate and Tatler work together? Kate, scapegoat, left out of this article, 9, 3 hearts, and it changed from what she thought was happening. So Kate was left out of the loop. They didn't tell her. She was left out. She wouldn't have said, oh yeah, tell everybody that I'm stressed out, exhausted and feeling exhausted and trapped, you know, performing my role in the palace. That makes it sound like, you know, that's like going to Africa, you know, and ministering to all these really impoverished people and then talking about my feelings and saying something like, no one ever asked me how I'm feeling. You know, she doesn't want to be seen like that. What's over here with Tatler? Cornerstone. This is a money card. Opportunistic. They saw an opportunity to make money. And Finger of God comes from outside, so Kate is left out of the loop. They didn't tell her. And this information came from outside, 8 and 7, 15. 4 clubs, 4 clubs. So I think it changed at the last minute. So Tatler did not, there wasn't this sharing of information beforehand, and it definitely came as a surprise. Up here we've got cross and roses, 10, 3 diamonds. They, Deneen and Tatler, they really want to work with the palace. They want to keep a good relationship, and it's kind of a permanent relationship, and it's a bread and butter thing. And early on, you know, the allegations about Andrew and such came out, and newspapers wouldn't run any of it. because they wanted to keep a good relationship with the palace. And that's what this is showing. He really needs to keep a good relationship with the palace. Okay, and so he's going to say whatever he's going to say just to keep that relationship. He really needs to keep this relationship, but there's a tension because he's a journalist and he wants the scoop. So they did leave them out. They did speak to them. What's over here? Snake, crafty, vengeful, strikes at you. A good situation, pretty much. It's 24 plus 5, 29, 8 hearts, transformed. Overall, it's a good situation, and it's a very solid relationship they have with the palace and with Kate. And he was a school chum of Kate's. But this, he bit her. He bit her on the ankle. So I think, this adds 3 diamonds. I think that Tatler did contact the palace and Kate, and they told, oh, we're going to run this great article, Catherine the Great. And she's like, yeah, who would have a problem with that? But what came out, these things are not done until they go to press. And before it went to press, they got new information and they ran with it and kind of bit Kate and left them out of that loop, and it transformed. So they were really, the palace and Kate were not informed. Certainly not of what ultimately came out. They were not informed. Are the Cambridge children being deprived of Kate and William's attention? Because they, as good parents, they were taking their kids to school every morning. They were making sure that they would drive them to school, which is a good time to spend time with them. They're on their way to school. They talk about what's going on in their lives. That's really good time. So, is this now being sacrificed? Are Kate and William now not able to take their kids to school, and they're shuffling this off to a nanny? One of those highly trained James Bond nannies that they have, who can do anti-terrorist driving and carries a gun and everything. Are they still taking their kids to school? Or is this being sacrificed? I got a yes. That could mean yes. Man, direct action, man. And we have a man and a woman. We have maybe William and Kate. Fox is kind of a work card. So let's see, 25, 34, 8, 9 diamonds. Okay, short trips. Taking these, yes, they're still taking these short trips, but work is getting in the way. Okay, so they want to keep up with taking the kids to school because that's very important, and it gets you involved with the kids. That's very important. Underneath, but it's getting interrupted a little bit by work. Underneath, 5 spades, roadblock. The roadblock is work, heavy workload. Hamster wheel is the heaviest card, and this is the work card. Okay, this is the travel overseas. This is the long distance. This is the same stuff, different day card. Okay, so keeping up the hard work. So blockage to taking them to school all the time and this family time, 16:21. Yeah, so the family time of William or Kate taking the kids to school is getting interrupted and is getting curtailed a little bit, but they're keeping up with it. So that's good. I mean, they're being good parents. And that's very good for the kids and very healthy. Just taking the kids to school, such a simple thing to do. And that's so important. All right, so she is a little bit, basically Kate is a little bit exhausted and stressed out. And her workload has increased, and it is a problem. Okay, but she doesn't, never let them see you sweat. She doesn't want to talk about that and create this domino effect of people, She doesn't want to recreate a Meghan Markle effect. No one ever asks me how I'm feeling. That's a very bad idea. Just keep a stiff upper lip and soldier on. And that's the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it. And if they need to take some time off, they can take a vacation and everyone will understand. But never complain, never explain. And that is the better way to do it. So we have Beatrice and Edo. They were scheduled to be married on May 29th. How are they doing? Are they stressed out? Are they like, oh, I can't wait to get married? Are they throwing dishes at each other? How are they doing? Beatrice and Edo. Hopefully I have enough room here. Beatrice and Edo. Yeah, it's tight. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Look at Edo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's a devil. This is not that surprising because we get these readings about Beatrice and Edo. Okay, what's going on? Beatrice, Edo. Fence sitter. She's on the fence of this big change and 3 black birds. Actions, talking, doing. She's kind of on the fence and she's reacting to Edo. Okay, she's taking the back seat. She's taking the more passive role and she prefers to react to Edo, reacting to this big change and doing what needs to be done. But it adds 2 spades, broken chalice. The relationship is not wonderful. The relationship is not wonderful between them. It's very stressful. You know, it needs to be fun. Okay, it needs to be fun. If you're in a relationship and it's no fun, get out of the relationship. Okay, and if you're the party that's making it no fun, then let them go. All right, so what's going on with Edo? We have the earthquake in the center. That's the worst possible outcome. That's a disaster. We have the angel and we have diamond ring. Committed to the marriage, committed to this disastrous marriage, and acting like an angel. 21, 23, 6 clubs. So here we have very committed to a future relationship with her, but he's really not into it. Emotionally, he's kind of devastated by it. I think he was living with and has a child with this Asian lady who's very beautiful and very intelligent. And I think she's an architect. Yeah, she's an architect. So I think his heart, it's like a Charles and Diana thing. I think his heart is with the other woman, and I forget her name at this point. And of course, Beatrice is picking this up, and she wants to go through with the wedding, but she's picking up on his vibes, even though he's, smiling and being an angel. But she's picking up on his vibes, and she's reacting to that, whether unconsciously or consciously. People are intuitive. I'm an intuitive person. I can tell what's going on, and I can see the spirits. And of course she's picking up on his vibes. Of course. And he's picking up on her vibes. But since he's initiating, she's letting him initiate because she's the fence sitter. And the fence sitter in old cartomancy is the fickle woman. Okay, it was specifically named the fickle woman. But it can apply to a man, of course, but this time it's over on Beatrice's side. And this is the I'm reacting to you card. I'm not initiating anything. I'm just reacting to you. Okay, and that's an energy that needs to be in the deck. So she's reacting to him, but she still wants to go through. I think they want to go through. I don't see them. Edo is committed to getting the marriage, and he's in the driver's seat. She's reacting to him. So even though their emotions are different, I do see them going through with the marriage. What's underneath? Oh, look at that. 2 hearts, olive tree. They're going to have a very deep, very close, very personal marriage relationship, but that adds to 2 spades. 2 spades, 2 spades. Broken chalice. So emotionally, they're not feeling it, and Edo may be kind of devastated by not marrying the other woman who he has a child with, but they're definitely going through with it. And these other cards are very interesting. Let's see if we can see them. We have the Devil, we have Secrets, and we have Water into Wine. 1926, 7 diamonds. We have 2 sevens, return forever. 7s return forever. 7 diamonds, Finger of God. Outside there are secrets, and he could still be seeing the other woman. Water into Wine. He could have actually renewed his relationship with the other woman. I'm not sure what's going on here, but the Devil is incredibly negative. Often can be infidelity, can be addictions. It's paired with 8 hearts, which is a drinking card or partying card, and a joy card. So there's definitely some hidden selfish motives here. We can absolutely say there's some hidden selfish motives here. It's going to be on Edo's side, okay, because Edo's showing this. Beatrice is rather just reacting to it. So the selfishness and the Devil is on Edo's side, and I've seen the Devil on Edo's side before. So in terms of joining in a marriage, this is a very good move for him because she's a very high-class lady and she is connected to the royal family. But I think emotionally they're just not that connected. Maybe we'll do another read on them. I would like to know the new date. I tried to look up the new marriage date and I couldn't find it. So I don't think the new date has been scheduled, but I do see them still getting married. All right, let's review. Kate is exhausted and trapped. Everything is clicking along, okay? She is emotional about the heavy workload, and it is messing with her time with her family. It's interrupting her family time. She's traveling too much, and there is definitely some conflict and problems, because it's messing with her relationship with her children and William. She is tired. She is exhausted. She doesn't feel trapped. I don't know. That's debatable. But she's very committed to what she does. She has no reservations about what she does. But right now, it's a difficult time. We've all been there. I've been there with work. I've been feeling exhausted and trapped at work. And I've also felt, wow, this is a lot of fun. And I'm glad I'm doing this. So it depends. Kate and Tatler, did they inform her? Did they work with her? No, she was definitely left out of the loop. They did inform her to some degree, but they got outside information and they ran with it. More than anything, this guy Richard Dennon and Tatler wants to keep a great relationship with Kate and the Royals, but he bit her ankle. Okay, I think they're going to get over it, but the palace didn't like it, and Kate and the palace were not informed, and the article changed before it got to publication. So are Kate and William no longer taking the kids to school? They are still taking the kids to school, but it's been curtailed a bit because of the very heavy workload. So they're still doing what they're doing. They're very responsible and good people, but it's not as good as it used to be. It's getting interrupted a little bit. Beatrice and Edo, some very bad cards for Edo. Beatrice is picking up on it. I do see them getting married, but there's some very negative energy on Edo's side. I don't like to lay blame, but it's Edo's fault this time. Edo is showing these very negative energies, and Beatrice is not showing those negative energies. Beatrice is reacting to those negative energies. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author, playing card divination, fortune telling, the Magi method. The cards are going to be out of stock for about 2 weeks, and then they're going to be back in stock, so keep your eye on Etsy. I don't know how to post a note on Etsy. Anyway, find the book on Amazon. Find the playing cards on Etsy, which are delayed. Many thanks to the generous folks who have bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.